Okay. All right. Well, hello.
Hi,
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
So let me start by just asking, how did this role come to you? How did Sean find you? Was there a casting call? Was there auditions? How did that work?
Yeah, so he had seen my little role in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood years ago, and then he was reminded of me when he was watching a horror film I did, Scream. He went to go see it opening weekend, and he called me the next day, and we had coffee that very week, and he offered me the role. And so he said, if you want to do this, he pitched me the idea, I'll write it for you. And obviously, I said, yes, I would love to. And our collaboration started from there. And then I think, fast forward about a year, we were on set filming.
So it was really a collaborative process between you and Sean in terms of how that character came to life.
In lots of ways, yeah. I mean, he wrote an incredible script, and we were talking throughout, sharing ideas with each other. And then I would say our biggest collaboration came when we were all in New York together. And I went to New York about a month early, to sort of immerse myself in that community. And we were able to sort of um, just, continue our collaboration in person.
So it seems like from what I can glean, it was a little bit of a reach for you to sort of play this role. It was a little out of like different from your normal sort of who you are as a person. So was that a challenge to sort of get into that role? And did you have to sort of psych yourself up to be Anora?
She is someone who always felt very different from who I am, but I think I've often played characters who are very far away from me as Mikey. But that's what I love about acting is you get to experience a completely different um, person, but you're the vessel for that, and it's very exciting for me. I love that part of it. That's one of the things I love the most about being an actress is all of the different characters I get to put on and try to understand and get to know. So it was difficult, of course, at times, but it was also so much fun. I'm a very sort of more of a low energy person, and she's a powerhouse in so many different ways. Like she's constantly on, she's going, she's hustling, and so I was exerting a lot of energy, but I knew that when I would go to sleep completely exhausted, I had done something right that day.
Well, and I think you bring up a really good point too, because there is a certain energy that she exudes, and that is something where you almost didn't have your guard down unless the two of you were alone, right? And I mean, when you're sort of out there and you're in the public, it required so much energy and so much sort of like a game face. And I thought that was really interesting because you were able to show both sides of that character because she was very tender and very honest and has feelings, but then at the same time she has this shell around her just to protect herself from the world she's living in. Was that something you have any experience with, sort of having those sort of two sides?
Not personally. I think I really am very just forward with my emotions. It's something that I've learned to appreciate about myself is that I am an emotional person, and I try not to swallow that. But I think that Annie is someone who is so vulnerable, is so hurt. And, I think she presents herself as maybe like an angry person or a scrappy person, but there's so much underneath that. Nobody is just angry or just strong. Like there's layers underneath it. And so I wanted her to be quite vulnerable and for you to see that in some of those more private moments where she allows, the curtain to be pulled back a little bit. And then obviously there's a point at the end of the film where she sort of breaks down that facade and strips everything back and allows herself to release everything that she's been holding in.
Well, and it seems to me, the film obviously took Cannes by storm, and it just seems like in the back of my mind, I was thinking Annie would love to be at Cannes. Like that would be something that she would just fully embrace and just own that festival if she was there if she was there as opposed to you. It just seemed like that's such a great environment for her to sort of thrive in, and not really unrealistic to think in another universe that might have happened. What was that Cannes experience like for you as an actress being there with the film?
That's so funny to think about. It was like a dream come true to be there and to have a film in the main competition was I mean, oh my God, it was like the best day of my life when Sean called me and told me that we were in the main competition. I couldn't believe it. I mean, it's been like almost a decade of being in love with film and acting, and to finally be able to go to a film festival was so spectacular. So everything that has followed has just been a wonderful surprise. Um, but I don't know, I had no expectations. I didn't know what a film festival would be like, and it was very exciting and overwhelming and interesting, and um, I think that I'm still processing a lot of that experience.
So last question, you have got an amazing track record right now. You've worked with Tarantino, you've now worked with Sean. Who's on the short list? Who do you want to work with next? You any directors?
Oh my gosh, so many. Well, I always say that I want to work with Luca Guadagnino. He's always someone that I say I'd love to work with, but um, gosh, I have a list actually.
Fair,
Um,
fair enough. Well, I just want to say congratulations. This film is just such a revelation and such a fun ride, and enjoy it as we go forward. I know everyone's having a great time with it. So thanks for your time today.
Thank you so much. It was lovely speaking with you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Of
Thanks.
course.